Hey everyone, welcome back to Palmetto Zoo. My name is Wikz, and today we are adding in a dope restaurant with some amazing interior, and we are building a greater flamingo habitat right next to it. So stay put and let's check it out. Welcome back to Palmetto Zoo. Today we are adding in a restaurant. This is a restaurant that was made by Dandy Chickens. And he will join me in another video where we take a little peek inside and talk a little bit about it and look in a little bit more in depth. For now, you are just gonna get some cinematics of it, and then we will eventually get in there. But the interior of this restaurant is incredible. So, but in any case, I wanted to build something next to this here. And as you can see on the left, this is where the nocturnal house is gonna be. So this is gonna be very surrounded by a lot of buildings, but we'll also put in a few little habitats here and there. And today I wanted to do something very, local also to Florida and just like the entire thing. And they have like flamingos in Busch Gardens. They have it in Zoo Tampa as well. And I feel like it's a good little, nice little animal to have here around the restaurant. And so I kind of went with that, and this is what we are doing today in this little video. I am only making the habitat. I'm not doing any backstage stuff or anything. It's mainly just getting a little atmospheric going here around the restaurant. And I think I did a pretty good job with that. Here we're doing some custom iron fences here, as you can see. I try to do my best of making somewhat something that looked something like realistic in a sense, and I feel like we did a pretty good job with this here. So I'm making it like a little sort of triangular kind of habitat here, and I feel like it works very, very well. I was struggling a little bit about what I was going to do here first, like scenery wise, theming wise, and I really haven't taken any inspiration at this time besides just building from my head and see what leads me to where and stuff like that. So I'm just sometimes doing a little bit of stuff with the restaurant too, and I'm also adding something to it as well. But in the meantime, as you can see here, I'm just trying to figure out how big do I want this habitat to be. And I was kind of like going with this like sort of fake blue wall with these sort of rocks, and then afterwards I'm gonna fill in some foliage and making it look like it's a little bit more variated and stuff. And I feel like it was a long time ago since I added a little like waterfall situation here. And I think it would add so much to the atmosphere of the habitat here. So that's kind of like what I did. And also with that said, it literally just took it to the next level to have this waterfall here. And yeah, I'm just super stoked on how everything kind of like comes together with this build here, because I said I wanted to try build it in a realistic aspect. So I wanted to keep it rather small than big and just have like a few flamingos roaming around here. And it actually turned out incredibly good when you guys will eventually see the end result, as you also saw in the cinematics in the start here. But instead of having completely just dirt bottom of the water here, I feel like I wanted to, as I said, incorporate some more realistic aspects to this habitat here by making this little plaster bottom here with like a little trim piece on the side here, so it actually flows with the terrain and stuff. And I felt like that was kind of neat, and it actually worked out pretty well. And yeah, it was just because you can color with the water here, right? You can choose different things for the water. So that was kind of like a cool little feature, which I also hope we will get in Planet Coaster 2, obviously. But yeah, as you can see here, adding the water. And then afterwards, I'm going into kind of like figuring out, like checking it so it's not so transparent. And it's more like, it feels a little bit more suey. I don't know if that is even a word, but you know what I mean? Like a little bit more dirty, like hasn't been washed for a few days and stuff like that. But I think it was kind of smooth with this thing, and it actually worked out pretty well when everything here is nicely together. The restaurant itself, as I said, is made by Dandy, and I told him to build something that was like, into the whole Florida vibe, and of course of Gasparilla and all that stuff. And it's a like coast everywhere around. He felt like doing like a pirate kind of theme, and I think it works super well. But as I said, I will give you guys a few shots of the interior. You are more welcome to comment and let him know what you think. But he will also eventually join me, where we will take a more in-depth look into the interior of the restaurant. So yeah, very exciting times there. But I feel like we had to get something that kind of like could resembles, you know, water and like just, you know, harbors and stuff like that. And then since we don't have birds and anything, and I didn't want to add swans here, I was like either way in the kind of like cranes, or should I add flamingos? But I felt like flamingos are more native in that way, so that's why I kind of like chose these guys. And as you can see here, the habitat really comes together nicely with this little fake background. And after I kind of like just add all this foliage in here, it really starts to come together nicely. And I really like this Yorkshire fog grass here, which really looks awesome. It literally looks like real grass, and it doesn't have all those red and white lilies and all that stuff and flowers on. So it just goes really natural with the surroundings. And I think that was really dope. So the backdrop, I told you guys, is a little bit different, because in the back here you'll see the upcoming nocturnal house, which I have made the facade, and I will show the facade for you guys in a speed build. But it is not done yet. Otakis is working hard on the interior, and when that is done too, we are obviously also gonna show that and have a little walk through that as well. And I cannot wait to tell you and show you guys what kind of animals we chose for it in there, and how it looks. He sent me a few screenshots now and then, and it just looks incredible, to be honest. So yeah, I'm excited. But as you can see here, as I said, playing around with the colors, the transparency here, and I'm kind of like, okay, this looks kind of neat. And then now needed like some sort of an entrance, obviously, for the staff. And I was like, what can I do here with the background? Because we have a very much Mediterranean sort of theme here on left and right side with the restaurant and the nocturnal house. And we just kind of like, I wanted to make things blend in more nicely, but I feel like, you know what, it's kind of cool to have a little bit of variety. It breaks things up a little bit, and it gives a good composition with like different textures and all that stuff around. So I feel like we could kind of work with this here. So what I'm doing is that I'm building like a layer on this roof here, and then afterwards I'm adding some plank walls, and then I'm doing some custom windows. And then it kind of gives it that more realistic touch to it here, which is my goal, obviously, with the Palmetto Zoo. Because I was really in doubt first what I could do, and I haven't, as I said, really focused on the inside part. So mainly now, it's mainly just the backdrop here, and the janitors, no, the keepers can walk in and out of the habitat for now. And yeah, that's pretty much how it works today. I do put a generator and water filtering system in there, but it's nothing too like that's worth showing. So maybe I'll do some more work on that part later on in the series, when we have to kind of like, you know, finish up and do some stuff. I do actually want to add another animal on the right side here. So there are some animals all the way around the restaurants, and I might add the cranes next time, whenever that will be, because we are going to get a few more animals now from the nocturnal house. And then I want to do like a little farm area as well to the kids zone, where I want to add the Highland cattle. But then after that, you know, as I said, the whole zoo itself is it's not huge, it's not big. It's supposed to be like a mini zoo with like somewhat of a nice detail and somewhat with some realism aspects on as well. And I think Palmetto Zoo we're doing a good job here, and everything just looks better and better. And for each time we fill in a gap, it's just nice to see like how more completed the whole zoo becomes, you know. So this is a little bit from the previous build. I'm just taking some stuff from the nocturnal house here and just adding a little bit more flower beds, that because I really feel like this needed some extra touches, and it really is necessary to do something like this when it comes to connect things together. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm just trying to build in some other textures, and it actually works pretty well here with the whole roofing and like having the overhang and adding in my own doors and stuff like that. Yeah, I think actually in general this turned out way better than I anticipated in the start, because I just went in it with like, you know, like a free mind. I didn't really know. Besides, I wanted to do some sort of a flamingo habitat next to this restaurant here, and everything just works together. Look how nicely they're roaming, and I put in some enrichments here, some water and some food, and then afterwards I'm just kind of like fixing up the backdrop as well. And then we're going over to the restaurant side. So Dandy did not add a restaurant because he asked if he needed to, and I was like, no, it's okay, I can most likely do that. So you just focus on the interior and adding some chairs and all that stuff. And he did that. So we will see me do a little bit of that stuff right here in a sec. Now I'm just adding these billboards of the flamingos, just making them look very nice, like putting them here on the fencing and just making them look like they belong there. And I love these pieces, by the way, that you can color them. It's pretty nice, honestly. So I know the whole Mediterranean vibe and stuff like has a little bit, it's a little bit mixed here with this sort of, but as I say, it gives a nice vibe that there's a little bit of different things to catch the eye, and I think we're doing a pretty good job with that. So yeah, adding the last billboards here with the flamingo, a little bit of information, and then I'm just kind of trying to work my way around some stuff again to see what is doable here and what can I do. So as I say, he didn't add like the restaurant itself that the guest will walk into. So I kind of like wanted to add that in there. So I just kind of took his architecture, took his design, and I just extended a little bit so it kind of works still. And it just looks nice that people can sit inside of his restaurant, and it just looks super dope, as you guys will eventually see here. But yeah, just adding some more benches and stuff, picnic things that it can be up here, and covering up this sort of little build. So and then taking the color as well he used, and then just mingling it together so it doesn't look super random. And because it would be a shame to not have a restaurant with this dope interior getting used, you know, like just as the feature for guests. So I kind of wanted to do him that favor, so we could get some guests sitting in there and on top of the balcony as well, because it is in Florida. It is getting hot, but we also need the sunshade, and all that stuff is also there with the awnings over the benches, picnic benches. So yeah, just adding a little bit of things to make everything kind of works together nicely. And I do love his restaurant. Like, it really fits the Palmetto Zoo 100%. It's really dope. But yeah, using these guys here again to kind of like fill up this, and then afterwards putting in some fencing, putting a little bit of clutter up, just trying to see what I can do that will make these things pop up a little bit more. Because lots of this is going to kind of be covered on the right side. We're going to put a big fence on and some trees and foliage. So all this you see here is kind of like gone. And then I wanted to keep up with it, so I added these circle windows into the restaurant to kind of like make it feel like it still belonged in this whole like pirate ship kind of thing, you know. So yeah, and I added some henches here too, which is awesome. Little bench, just a little bit of a vibe here, and then I'm just kind of like adding some decals and stuff to make it look super nice. As you can see, as I said, covering up this side here, and then we're slowly getting done here with today's video, friends. As I said, there are some cinematics here after that you guys can check out, and you can see the interior a little bit of the restaurant as well. But then we will definitely be back where you guys will get a more in-depth look of it. So yeah, this was just a little short video, guys. I felt like it needed it after all the Planet Coaster videos and stuff. But I'm also working on some Planet Coaster stuff as well. So well, my dog ride. So don't worry, guys, it will come very soon. Just keep an eye out. You might see something very soon. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think, and join the Discord if you wanna be part of the community. And like the video if you think it deserves it. Sub for more of this content, and just have an amazing day. And I hope I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the cinematics, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.